Shana Tova, everyone. For those of you who have been with us on occasion or every day during the month of Elul, you know we blew the shofar every day as a community. For those of you who didn't have the opportunity to join us, next year in the Zumagog. But as you probably know by now, we are a very creative bunch of people, perhaps quirky at times, certainly joyous and very playful. And the reason I say that is because many different kinds of minhagim, of customs, have arrived over the course of our 5.5 years. Oh my gosh, 5.5 years together in the Zumagog. Among these customs is every Shabbat morning during Adon Olam, which we sing to the melody of the Grateful Dead song Ripple, people take out their stuffed animals or bring to the screens their live animals, and we have what we call the Adon Olam parade. Well, I could have predicted that something similar might have begun happening during Elul, when we blew shofar every morning and sang Adon HaSlichot, the song that asks God to be compassionate on us. And we'll be singing that on Yom Kippur. So what happened, of course, was this. Yes, even some of you have them by your stead right there. Why the flamingo? Because many of our moshniks live in Florida, and some of our beautiful moshniks gifted other moshniks with flamingo. And I make my point with this. What life lessons can we learn from the flamingo? So, while other rabbis are probably talking about something else this evening, as a matter of fact, I can probably bet my life on it, but I'm not going to do that because the days of awe, and I shouldn't be doing such a thing. It's time to answer the question, why the flamingo, and what life lessons can we learn from the flamingo? So let's answer the question. Here is a whole flock of flamingos, and if you notice, when they put their heads together facing each other, what does it look like? It looks like a heart. More love, more love. But that's not enough, because the flamingo symbolizes flamboyance, balance, and boldness. Flamingos unapologetically flaunt their beauty. Can I see you all flaunt your beauty? Thank you, Renee. You broke out your beauty there and your flamingo. They move gracefully in large flocks, reminding us to embrace our unique brilliance and stand confidently in who we are. Now, let us continue answering the question, why a flamingo, and what is the lesson that we can learn on this Erev Rosh haShana? Well, here's 4 more flamingos, and here it is the message, be like a flamingo, be balanced, wade into life, stand tall always, stand out in a crowd. Now that last thing, I'm not quite sure about that last thing, unless maybe you're Shaquille O'Neal and you can't help but standing out in the crowd. Of course, if you are standing above everyone else, and some of us are a little shyer than others, so I'm not sure about that last thing, whether that's a necessary lesson to learn from the flamingo. And I do want to point out the following. While flamingos can stand on one leg with perfect balance, this is not true for us. Perfect balance is impossible. Unlike a flamingo, achieving perfect balance is impossible for us. Life is full of unexpected obstacles. The moment we achieve what we think is perfect balance of work, of life, of family, something comes along and throws that whole thing off. That's life. That's what people say. I think Sinatra sang that at one time. I shared this teaching from Quaker teacher and activist Parker Palmer on one of the days that I taught during Elul. You know, let me actually come back to me for a moment. In the month of Elul, we do what is called Cheshbon HaNefesh, an accounting of the soul. We do hard work looking at our habits that we've picked up over a lifetime. And believe you me, I have a lot of them. You can check in with Renee about that. Many habits that I know for myself that I would love to break. As a matter of fact, they're the same old habits I've been trying to break for years. But here is another opportunity to clean the slate. Reb Zalman of blessed memory said it's just like installing a new operating system in our computers. We start anew. We start fresh with something spanking new and very fun to use. But remember, Reb Zalman reminds us, the old operating system, it's always working in the background. You only have to hit that hyperlink and the old habits will come up again, and then we're doing the same old things. Perfection is not something we're looking to achieve. But we can strive to be better at life. Here's what Parker Palmer has to say. It's been a long time since I imagined that I would ever arrive at perfection in any aspect of my life. I actually think that perfection is a kind of nightmarish wish dream. If you think of it socially, the people who promise perfection on earth are actually the totalitarian dictators who want to run everything themselves and are offering a false promise in order to seduce people into some sort of political or social, and I'll add, religious pathology. And I feel the same way about spiritual teachers who promise perfection. I've never felt that wholeness, that human wholeness, a word that has meaning for me, has anything to do with perfection. Wholeness has to do with embracing the whole of who you are, which includes your shadow as well as your light. It includes the broken parts of you as well as the whole parts of you. So now, with that in mind, let's look back at our friends, the flamingos. How are flamingos like us? You might ask that question. Well, they form friendship groups for security and social interaction, reminding us that we are not meant to journey through life alone. There they go. And you know what? In community, we are more liable to be able to take flight. And there they are. And there we are. Many moshniks from past years, all together in community, showing their joy of being together. We might have been singing Adon Olam at that moment. I don't know. But may this be true of our coming year. May we live in joy, and may we live together. May we figure it out together. And our friend, Matya Angelou, sent me and Renee this wonderful message this morning. Wishing you a happy, healthy, joyous New Year, and blessings for peace in our hearts and in our world. With great gratitude for all you give to me, sending love, Matya. And that's my message for us all. Shana Tova, everyone.